Welcome to reservie 101. Today we're going to take a look at actions. Actions are emails that are sent out automatically by the system. This typically happens when a user has purchased an event, perhaps when they've registered for the first time, maybe if an event of which they previously purchased is cancelled, or if they're on a waiting list for a full event and that event suddenly has additional spaces. All actions are created in the same way. We go through to the Actions Control panel. Here we can see I've already created one for on registration. And then we click Add Action. When setting up an action, we give it a friendly name. The friendly name is really just something that makes sense to us. So it's not presented in any part of the email. It just really enables us to recognize that email without having to open it up and look inside it. The email subject. The email subject is just the subject line that would be sent out as part of that email. And then we have the message body, and this is the body of the email. So this is really talking to the client, telling them what they've purchased perhaps, what they should do when they get to the venue, if it's in the event of a cancellation, what happens next, how they get their money back. It's really up to you what you put inside this email. But it's your opportunity of sending out information relating to the item that the client has purchased. When setting up the message body, we also have the option of using these predefined shortcodes. So shortcodes are a small piece of text which are replaced by the thing that they represent. So if we look at purchase, for example, and we insert purchase in here, the curly brackets purchase will get replaced with details of what the user has purchased, how many they've purchased, maybe some date related information, just so that they have a record that they can refer back to and perhaps can use as a receipt going forward. When setting up an action, we've got a number of classes of action. So we have on registration, on purchase, on cancellation, on availability, and a reserved action. So the first 4 actions are standard actions. We can only have one of these in the system, and they are used in every single occurrence of that event happening. So for example, if we created an on-purchase action, then unless you tell the system otherwise, whenever a purchase is made, this action will be activated. So the email corresponding to this action will get sent out. However, we understand that in some instances you may want to have a special purchase action that is sent out for a particular class of event or type of event. And for this we have reserved action, and reserved actions, you can have many of those. And when you set up an event, you can tell the event, okay, I want you to use the standard actions, or I want you to use one of my reserved actions. So let's have a go at setting one up now. So I'm going to call this thanks for the purchase, and I'm going to give the email subject the same, thanks for the purchase. Okay, so let's add a message body in here. Hello, thank you for purchasing the event through our website. We look forward to welcoming you. So there we go. So we've now got some sort of message body. I've left the purchase in here so that a record is inserted of what the person has purchased, and a little bit of text just to introduce what the email is about. I'm going to select on purchase and hit continue. Okay, and there we go. So we've now got an on registration, which I'd created previously, and an on purchase, which I've just created. So as I say, these will now be used automatically by all of our events as and when someone registers for our event, or as and when they make a purchase. And we can see this actually within our event. So if we take one for an example, I'll look at our course view here, and I can see this event that I previously created. If I click edit, scroll down, we can see here that on purchase we're using the default action. On cancellation we're using the default action. Now remember, we haven't created one of these yet, so nothing will be sent. And on availability we're using the default action. If we had created a reserved action, we will see that also appear within this list here, and we can choose that reserved action instead of the default. Or if we wish for no email to be sent, then we can click disabled, and nothing will get sent for this event as and when a purchase is made. Well, that's it for me. Thanks for watching. I hope it helps.